France has unveiled an ambitious $2.5 billion international initiative to protect the Congo Basin rainforest, the world's second-largest tropical forest after the Amazon. This move marks a defining moment in the global fight against climate change, deforestation, and biodiversity loss. Announced in collaboration with African and international partners, the plan reflects growing recognition of the Congo Basin's critical role in regulating Earth's climate and supporting millions of people's livelihoods. A global environmental priority. The Congo Basin, spanning 6 Central African countries including the Democratic Republic of Congo (DRC), Republic of Congo, Cameroon, Gabon, Central African Republic, and Equatorial Guinea, covers about 240 million hectares of tropical forest. Often called the second lungs of the Earth, it absorbs 1.2 billion tons of carbon dioxide each year, acting as one of the planet's most vital carbon sinks. However, increasing threats, including illegal logging, mining, agricultural expansion, and weak governance, have placed enormous pressure on the region's fragile ecosystem. France's new initiative aims to address these challenges through sustainable development, carbon credit systems, and strong international financial backing. Structure of the $2.5 billion plan. According to French officials, the initiative will operate under a 3-pillar framework. Forest protection and restoration. At least $1 billion will be directed toward halting deforestation, reforesting degraded land, and strengthening protected areas. This includes funding for local rangers, advanced satellite monitoring, and stricter anti-logging measures. Sustainable livelihoods. Roughly $800 million will support community-based projects, helping indigenous and local populations develop sustainable agriculture, ecotourism, and small-scale forestry enterprises. The goal is to reduce poverty while protecting the environment. Carbon and climate financing. The remaining $700 million will be channeled into establishing transparent carbon credit systems and promoting green investment platforms that reward conservation. France plans to mobilize private investors, NGOs, and climate funds under this framework. France's renewed role in global climate diplomacy. This initiative highlights France's strategic leadership in environmental diplomacy. French President Emmanuel Macron emphasized that safeguarding the Congo Basin is not only an African priority but a global responsibility. The Congo rainforest is essential to our shared future, Macron declared during the announcement. Protecting it means protecting life itself. The move also positions France as a key bridge between Africa and the global north, fostering equitable climate cooperation. French development agencies, including AFD Agence Française de Développement, will coordinate with African governments, the United Nations, the World Bank, and private partners to ensure efficient use of funds. African governments welcome the move. Regional leaders have expressed strong support for France's initiative. The Democratic Republic of Congo, which hosts about 60% of the basin, welcomed the funding as a crucial step toward balancing conservation and economic growth. DRC's Environment Minister, Yves Baziba, noted that while Africa contributes the least to global emissions, it bears the greatest environmental costs. This partnership gives us tools to protect our forest while improving our people's lives, she said. Meanwhile, Gabon and Congo-Brazzaville are expected to play central roles in implementing sustainable forestry practices and climate-smart development models. These countries have already launched pilot carbon credit programs that could serve as blueprints for the broader initiative. Balancing conservation and development. The Congo Basin supports over 75 million people and is home to 10,000 plant species and 400 mammal species, including endangered gorillas, forest elephants, and okapis. Yet, poverty and weak governance continue to drive deforestation rates averaging 500,000 hectares annually. Experts argue that unless communities directly benefit from conservation efforts, deforestation will persist. France's plan, therefore, integrates social and economic incentives, including fair compensation for local guardians of the forest and investment in clean energy, roads, and education, to make conservation a sustainable livelihood. Monitoring, accountability, and global cooperation. Transparency will be crucial to ensure the initiative's success. France and its partners are developing a joint monitoring mechanism to track the use of funds and measure progress through satellite imagery, independent audits, and local reporting systems. International NGOs such as WWF and Greenpeace have cautiously welcomed the plan, urging strict oversight to prevent corruption and ensure benefits reach local communities. Environmental analysts also note that global cooperation, particularly from China, the EU, and the US, will be key to stopping illegal logging and trade of tropical timber. The Congo Basin's global impact. The Congo Basin stores about 8 years' worth of global carbon emissions, making its protection vital for limiting global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius, as outlined in the Paris Agreement. Scientists warn that continued degradation could turn the forest from a carbon sink into a carbon emitter, accelerating climate change. France's $2.5 billion initiative could thus reshape how the world finances nature-based climate solutions. It reflects a growing recognition that forest preservation is not charity, it's climate policy. Challenges ahead. Despite optimism, challenges remain. Political instability in the region, limited local capacity, and conflicting land use priorities pose major hurdles. Furthermore, ensuring that indigenous communities are not marginalized but empowered as custodians of their ancestral lands will be crucial. France's commitment will be tested by how well it balances these realities with its environmental ambitions. Experts stress that success will depend on long-term engagement, not just short-term funding. Conclusion. France's leadership in launching a $2.5 billion initiative for the Congo Basin represents one of the most significant global environmental investments in recent years. It signals a renewed push to integrate climate justice, biodiversity protection, and sustainable development under a single vision. If effectively implemented, the initiative could not only preserve one of Earth's last great forests but also redefine global cooperation on climate action, proving that protecting the planet's natural heritage can go hand in hand with prosperity and peace.